Hey everybody. I just wanted to do a quick post-election video. So the election results weren't really what we would want, especially Prince William County, Loudoun. A lot of things flipped in both of those counties. The races were very close. I looked at the results, and there were some blowouts, but most of them were very close, like 1,000 votes or less. Unfortunately, here in Prince William County, we lost our sheriff by 1,000 votes. So the progressive left guy that was funded by George Soros will now be the sheriff. Sheriff Glenn Hill was the one that worked with ICE, one of only 2 counties in Northern Virginia that worked with them. That will go away most likely with Joshua King, who got elected in. Because he's progressive left. The Commonwealth attorney, progressive left. Same thing happened in Fairfax County. The guy that I was telling everyone to vote for lost to the George Soros funded guy. Same thing happened in Loudoun. I've been like, okay, Lord, we need some direction here. I need some direction, because that spirit that's operating through George Soros, that's literally going state by state and office by office in some respects, is moving rapidly, not just in our state, but making moves in other states. And so I'm just really asking God for direction in terms of spiritually how to come against that and what to do. So just so you know that, because I do think that going into this next year, it is a year of activism. Praying is great, and it's much needed. We're intercessors. That's what we're called to do. But I also believe that there needs to be more activism in general from people with conservative voices, because the first things that this group of people that got elected, the Democrats, are going to do, and I think Linda Miller told me, Governor Northam already said that this morning, they're going to start with the guns, and they're going to start with the Equal Rights Amendment, which equal rights will not only affect what they're trying to do with LGBTQ stuff and policies enacted that in the state, that will affect gender identity, sexual orientation, and all that. And it will also affect abortion. It may affect the churches and how we can do things. There's some ramifications for it if it goes through the way that they want it to. But those are the first 2 things they're going to be working on. And so I think that it's important for us to remember they work for us. The state House of Delegates is our house. The state Capitol is our house. The state Senate is our house. It belongs to you and me because we're taxpayers and we fund the whole thing, and it's ours. They represent us, and so they have to be willing to listen to us. So I think that also in speaking what needs to be spoken, I'm just seeking God too for strategies, because I think that there's strategies. The old ways of doing things aren't going to work anymore, and even with the younger people and all these people voting for the socialist candidates and that sort of thing, it's just they have no concept. And so I just think we need new strategies. It needs to have something fresh to fight the same battles, but fight them in a fresh way that will have a new impact and help people understand what's really happening in ways differently than the church has come at them before. So anyway, these are kind of all the things going through my mind and going through my heart, and I've actually been thinking about for quite a while. But after this election, I feel the same way I felt 2 years ago. It's kind of like, whoa. But you know what? We get up, we keep fighting, put your camouflage on, and keep going. That's what we do. We keep declaring we win. The state will not become socialist. It will not. We may not have seen the results we wanted to, but this state is turning to righteousness. It is righteous, and it's turning even more towards righteous. We will have righteousness in our laws and legislation. So we just need strategies to know how to speak up in a way that will be understandable to those who represent us and normally don't agree with us. That's the key. I really think that's the key. So rather than just keep coming at it the same old way, and hitting a brick wall because they don't get us, we don't get them, and we just hit brick walls. So there needs to be strategies for divine communication that will help turn hearts toward righteousness. So that's kind of that's kind of where I'm at. I'm like, okay, how do we do this? I don't want to use the same old strategy, same old way. But I do think some things are effective. Obviously, you got to write your congressman, you got to send letters and emails and that sort of thing. There's nothing wrong with that, and it is making your voice heard. So when I say old strategies and old ways, I'm not saying don't do that kind of stuff. I'm just saying let's also think about things in a new way. So anyway, if any of that made sense, that's what's going through me right now. So, but we win. Virginia is for God. Virginia loves Jesus Christ. Prince William County loves Jesus Christ. That is our declaration. That's what I declare. And I think God is going to do some really cool things in the midst of all of this. So don't despair. Don't get down. I have to admit, I was angry last night that people would continue to vote in people like this, but they're blinded. I mean, that's just it. It's a spiritual blindness. And so, don't despair. We win. We win this whole thing, and we will continue to fight. But what we don't do is we don't back down. So, and we have God, so we should be able to come up with divine strategies. We should have His wisdom, His input. We should be open and yielded to Him to see, get fresh insight and fresh wisdom. So let's just believe for that. Let's believe for that. And if you guys get any insight, let me know, and I will definitely share with you whatever I hear from God. And it's going to be good. It's going to be good. We're going to go in the next 2 years, and I think we're going to see some really good things happen. So don't despair, and put your camouflage on. And your fighting pants, your fighting shirt, your fighting attitude, and let's just keep moving on. All right, I love you guys. Thank you so much for all your care and concern about our nation and our state, and all your prayer that goes forth, and everything that you guys do is absolutely fabulous. Even the ones that can't make it to a prayer group, I know you are with us. I know you're praying. I know you're keeping up with things. So I love it, and I appreciate it so much. Love you guys. Bye.